Most California buyers right now are signing the wrong buyer agreement. And in this market, that mistake could cost them tens of thousands of dollars. Welcome to the 5-Minute Real Estate Fix. I'm Chase with the Whitney Team and First Team Real Estate. And by the end of this episode, you'll understand why so many buyers are stuck in agreements that aren't saving them, and the 3 questions every buyer should ask before signing any agreement with an agent. Let me start with the rule change. Since August of 2024, following the NAR settlement, every buyer is legally required to sign a buyer representation and broker compensation agreement, the BRBC, before a licensed agent can show them a home. This is the law, and every buyer is making a representation decision before they tour their first house. Most buyers are treating it like a formality. They sign with whoever's closest, a family friend, a referral, a neighbor's cousin who got their license last year, and they sign for the cheapest commission they can negotiate. And that usually is the trap. Here's the pattern we're seeing every single week on our team's calls. A buyer reaches out to us after a year of searching with no results. And somewhere in that conversation, they mention they're already locked into an exclusive agreement with someone they felt obligated to use. The phrase we hear the most often is, "I'm picky." That's the buyer who needs the most skilled advocate in the market. The other version of this trap is the buyers who skip independent representation entirely and ask the listing agent to write up their offer too. The thinking goes, if there's only one agent involved, we can negotiate a better deal. Now here's how all these stories actually play out. California does allow dual agency, where one agent or brokerage can represent both the buyer and the seller in the same transaction. It's legal and it happens. But once a buyer signs a BRBC with a listing agent, the agent now owes a fiduciary duty to both sides of the deal simultaneously. They can't aggressively negotiate against the seller, they represent the seller. And they can't aggressively negotiate against the buyer either, they represent the buyer too. No one gets sharp edge representation. We see this from the listing side too. We double end about 5% of our own listings, meaning the buyer came to us directly. And when it works, it can work. And we know the property, we know the seller's motivations, and we can move efficiently and know how to handle this situation delicately. But we're transparent with both sides of the transaction. Dual agency limits how aggressively any single agent can advocate for either side. If you want someone whose fiduciary duty is to you, your price, your terms, your protection, you want independent representation. And that can't be the listing agent by definition. What full service representation actually includes, and what a discount agent almost never has, is the layer of work that wins competitive offers in markets like Southern California. Through our Platinum Key program, our buyers have access to almost 250 pre-market homes circulating through First Team's sneak preview system on any given day. And tack on the fact that roughly 1 in 4 Orange County properties sell through private channels before ever hitting the MLS. Beyond that, aggressive repair request strategy, strategic offer structuring, post-inspection leverage to negotiate credits or repairs, a team that's closed hundreds of local transactions over 3 decades. Now, here are 3 questions to ask before you sign a BRBC with anyone, including us. The first one, what exactly is included in your representation agreement? Get the answer in writing so you know what you're getting in return for the fee you're going to pay. Number 2, do you have access to pre or off-market inventory in the area? And number 3, how many buyer transactions have you closed in the last 12 months in this area? The answers tell you everything. A discount agent gives you the floor, a license and an MLS login, and maybe some help in between. Full service representation gives you the entire stack. You won't see the gap on a closing statement, but you're going to see it in the houses you didn't get, the credits you missed out on, and the homes you never knew existed. Be sure to check out the full blog article on this topic at 4realestatehelp.com/blog. That's the number 4, realestatehelp.com/blog. Thanks for tuning into this week's 5-Minute Real Estate Fix. I'm Chase with the Whitney Team, and I'll see you around town or on the next episode.